Brazilian player Endrick.
Endrick.
There's Endrick!
A 17-year-old sparking an epic 3-0 comeback to 4-3 in just 45 minutes, making top European clubs scramble. Sounds like the next Pele, right? That is Endrick Felipe. Endrick, a 17-year-old Brazilian striker, grew up idolizing Ronaldo and supporting Real Madrid. Now he's on the verge of making history himself. But will he carve out a legacy like his idol? Well, Brazil's coach Doral Jr. sure believed him. He saw the spark in Endrick and gave him a shot. There was a friendly against England at Wembley. Endrick steps onto the pitch in the 71st minute, and boom! 8 minutes later, he nets a goal, leading Brazil to their first win against England at Wembley in almost 3 decades. That goal, it made Endrick the youngest footballer, at just 17 years and 246 days, to score a senior international goal at Wembley. And he's also the youngest Brazilian goalscorer since the legendary R9. Now, if you ask me, that's an awesome entry. Fast forward to the next friendly against Spain, and Endrick's at it again. He's not just a one-hit wonder. Nope. This time, he scores the equaliser, helping Brazil score a thrilling 3-3 draw against Spain. And it's a bigger deal than his previous call-ups in 2023, under Fernando Dennis. Now, believe it or not, Endrick's already in the mix for the 2026 World Cup qualifiers against Colombia and Argentina. And get this, despite only getting a total of 20 minutes playtime in those matches, he's the youngest Brazilian to get a call-up since Ronaldo back in 1994. With standout performances against England and Spain, Endrick's agent Federico Peña isn't holding back. He believes Chelsea might be kicking themselves for not securing the teenage wonder kid signature sooner. And with Endrick's track record, 170 goals in 172 youth games, he's become the talk for the big clubs. All the spotlight shining on him. Well, Chelsea was hot on Endrick's tail. They even went as far as bringing his parents to Cobham. Federico Peña thought it was a done deal. Endrick's parents were impressed and everything seemed to point towards Chelsea getting the teenager's signature. But there was a catch, the transfer fee. Chelsea just wasn't willing to cough up the cash. At Chelsea, they were pulling out all the stops to negotiate with the Palomeras, trying to get that transfer fee reduced. But Real Madrid, they didn't bat an eyelid at the price tag for Endrick. They knew a top talent when they saw one, and weren't about to let him slip away. It's like they learned their lesson after missing out on talents like Vinicius Jr., especially after Neymar's move to Barcelona shook things up. As for the details of the transfer, we'll save them later. Now, let's take a look at Endrick's life. Endrick, born on July 21st, 2006, in Taguatinga, Federal District, Brasilia, didn't have it easy. His family struggled to make ends meet, often going to bed hungry, but amid the hardship, football brought them joy. At just 4 years old, Endrick kicked off his football journey, much to his dad Douglas's delight. Douglas didn't stop there. He began recording and posting Endrick's goals on YouTube, hoping to catch the eye of the top clubs. And guess what? It worked. By the age of 8, Endrick was already training in a Real Madrid camp with his friends at August Claras. Unfortunately, there were times when Endrick couldn't make it to training because his family couldn't afford the bus fare. But you know what? It didn't dampen their spirits one bit. He was dead set on becoming a successful footballer and changing his family's fortunes for the better. However, Endrick wasn't alone in his football dreams. His dad shared the same passion and drive. When Endrick was just 11 years old, his father made a bold move. He decided to pursue a football career himself. To make it happen, Douglas had to make sacrifices. He left his family behind to play for various small clubs in Brazil, with his mother Cynthia unable to find work and struggling to keep a roof over their heads. Endrick and his siblings faced tough times. Eventually, they had to move into an orphanage in Sao Paulo until their father returned after 6 long months. After his father's return from his unsuccessful search for football glory, he and his wife found work at a cafe in the city's underground train station. Despite his own unfulfilled football ambitions, Douglas held hope for his son's future in the sport. However, with financial struggles preventing him from affording the fees for the top academies in Brazil, Endrick faced a tough reality. If he wanted to make it into one of those academies, he'd have to prove himself on trial. Fortunately, when Endrick was at the age of 11, Douglas landed a job as the janitor for Palmeiras' first team. With this job secured, Douglas and his family made the move, with Douglas taking on the role of the first team janitor. Douglas had shared some important advice with his son, urging him to stay humble and avoid getting a big head. It seemed like Endrick really took those lessons to heart. Despite all the hype surrounding him as one of the most talked about teenagers in the world, he's staying down to earth and keeping things real. Endrick also talked about the importance of humility, stating that he has to stay humble and remember the challenges he's faced. And that's what gives him the strength to keep moving forward. Endrick also expressed his discomfort with the media's attempts to compare him to football legends. In an interview with GQ in Brazil, he mentioned feeling overwhelmed by the attention and scrutiny, stating that he never sought out such comparisons. But despite his reluctance to be compared to legends, could he eventually become one himself? It seemed that Endrick's primary focus is simply playing football, and he excels at it. Over the next 5 years since starting the trial, he went on to score an impressive 165 goals in 169 games for the Palmeiras youth teams. What made those goals even more special is that some of them came from his participation in an under-21 tournament. He achieved this remarkable feat while just 15 years old. Endrick's performance in that tournament, which is Brazil's most prestigious youth competition, was simply fantastic. He walked away with the Player of the Tournament award, further increasing his hype. Despite the accolades, Endrick knew he still had a long way to go. The teenage sensation revealed that while he now recognizes he's performing at an advanced level, he doesn't believe he's special. He believes that he has a lot of work ahead of him. Endrick Shaw has a lot of humility to match his impressive skill set, which is an underrated trait in a football player. After his remarkable displays in youth football, the Brazilian became the subject of transfer speculation, with Real Madrid eventually paying Palmeiras €60 million during the 2022 World Cup. Some sources claim that only €35 million was fixed, with the remaining €25 million being potential add-ons. Despite the transfer speculation, the teenager continued to play for Palmeiras, hoping to build on his bright form. However, instead of being eased into the team as a substitute to gradually improve and learn, Palmeiras sold their primary attackers, Danilo and Gustavo Scarva, to Nottingham Forest in January. This meant that the 16-year-old Endrick had to step up, but he didn't. Endrick instead experienced a goal drought starting in February 2023. Perhaps the pressures of Madrid's hefty investment weighed on him, or maybe he just wanted to impress too badly. Regardless, he began attempting to do too much for his team. This backfired so badly, as he failed to score in 8 out of the 10 games he started, missing 4 big chances and contributing 0 goal contributions. The pressure was getting to Endrick, and after enduring double-digit performance without a goal, he began to cry on the bench after being substituted. Palmeiras' coach requested calm from the fans from the starlet, recognizing that he needed it. Unfortunately, the Brazilian media wouldn't ease up with the comparisons, adding to the sensational pressure the teenager was already feeling. After a dry spell of 12 matches without finding the net, Endrick finally turned things around in April. With the coach's support, he scored 3 goals in his first 4 games. With each goal, Endrick's confidence soared once again, and he began to dazzle on the field, showcasing more than just his scoring ability with his mesmerizing dribbles. However, Endrick slipped into another drought during the summer, going another 12 consecutive matches without a goal. To make it worse, he suffered a horrible tackle from a Corinthians player in September. Endrick was continuously causing trouble for Corinthians, as Palmeiras aimed to lead the league by October. His form was fully back, and he scored 4 goals in 10 days, including a brace against Botafogo, which was described as a potential title decider. His goals would eventually contribute to his team winning the title for that season. Despite just starting out, Endrick was already playing a crucial role in his team's success. Endrick and Ronaldo share more than just their striking abilities. They possess a strikingly similar build and style of play, strong on the ball, lightning fast, and dribbling skills that leave defenders awestruck. Now, do you have the same feelings? Or is there too much hype for a Brazilian teenager? Do drop your thoughts in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for hopefully more awesome content like this. So until next time, stay awesome, and we'll be back with another one very soon.